Well, look, it's not just the Teals. This obsession with climate policy continues. Election after election has been lost by the party articulating punitive climate change policy. As I just said, China emits 25 times more carbon dioxide than does Australia. And as I just said, each year we emit a fortnight's worth of China's emissions. I suspect the coalition can't attack the Teal independents because the coalition has signed up to the same rubbish, net zero by 2050. But it's more disturbing than that. You've got the former lefty, who was once head of Treasury and the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, Martin Parkinson, talking about bringing business, unions, farmers and environmental groups together to coordinate a whole-of-economy approach to reducing carbon emissions more rapidly. I think he means carbon dioxide. We then learn his view was broadly shared by 10 leading Australian scientists, all of whom ranked the coalition last on climate policy after Labor, Greens and the Independents. That may be a badge of honour. Many of these scientists are on the payroll of government. Labor says it will reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 43% on 2005 levels by 2050. I'm telling you now, it cannot be done. Now, the coalition at least has been more sensible and is talking 26 to 28%, but almost without shame, commentators are admitting, and I quote, the presumption being the ALP will win, will see more demand for carbon credits and higher prices, unquote. Well, Angus Taylor is a coalition frontbencher with a lot of ability. He's also the Energy Minister. He joins me. Angus, thank you for your time. Look, just a couple of preliminary questions. Why would top scientists, as the headline suggests, back Labor on climate policy?
Well, Alan, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. And Labor is the party of big government. And these scientists very often rely on big government for their funding. So it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. I've seen some of the commentary from some that makes absolutely no sense. You've got to focus on the facts and you've got to focus on the reality here, not on best interest.
Absolutely. Bite the hand that feeds you. Anthony Albanese says in Gladstone that he'll kickstart battery manufacturing and he wants to build a $100 million battery manufacturing precinct in central Queensland. Now, batteries don't make energy, they only store it. So is he going to, in central Queensland, store energy from coal production? I thought they wanted to eliminate coal production.
Well, and this is where I see Labor's policy just lacks any real rigour. It's rhetorical, it's not substantive, Alan, and all it will do is raise costs. And we see this in their transmission policies. They're adding $78 billion of costs, and they're not explaining who's going to pay for it. And this is how Labor always works. You're absolutely right. Batteries are storage. And of course, if you're going to reduce emissions, it's not the storage that's the issue. So this is Labor, as always, going with the rhetoric, going with what's fashionable, not going with what's actually going to help people have affordable, reliable, sustainable energy.